Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome to another live streaming with HFM. So today, as usual, we're gonna go through the charts, right? Because we have a very important announcement coming, and I'm referring to the Fed favorite release, which is the PCE, the personal consumption expenditure. And it would be very interesting to see whether we're gonna get, let's say, an indication of a really sticky inflation, because this could change dramatically the forecast for Fed rate cuts for the year for 2026. So feel free, as I keep saying, to put your comments below. I will reply to anything you want. Let me just. Okay. So let me know which asset you want me to cover. Let me know which time frame as well. Why not? And I'll do my best. Okay. So welcome once again. Before we start, as usual, I would like to quickly go through what happened so far today. Okay, it was a very interesting, basically, session so far. Okay, in general, the beginning of 2026 has been very volatile with everything that is going on from political perspective mainly. You ask about NASDAQ, and you're absolutely right, because in general, guys, I'll come in a bit to NASDAQ, my dear Mitesh. In the meantime, I think my colleague, no, I'm quite sure that my colleague Mihalis has posted specifically a technical analysis signal in our YouTube channel for NASDAQ. Please check our YouTube channel. We have uploaded something. If we haven't done it so far, it will be uploaded soon. It's a NASDAQ technical analysis. So check this out, but we're gonna go through it right now as well. But before I jump to the charts, as I keep saying, stick your asset and the time frame that you want me to analyze, and I will go through it one by one. Masmid Su, I'm sorry I cannot speak Indonesia, but we have Indonesian speaking analyst. But you need to follow the the corresponding Facebook page. So and also visit our website. And there is a webinar section in Indonesia. And my colleague Adi, along with a team there, they provide live streamings in Facebook, and they provide webinars in Zoom as well. So please check our Indonesian page along with the Facebook Indonesian page. Now, no, I'm not British. That's why if I was British, my accent would have been like perfect. My accent is not good. I'm actually a Cypriot, guys. Okay, I'm a Cypriot. I don't know whether you know the little island in Europe. So yeah, I'm Cypriot. So okay, let me quickly go through what happened so far today. I don't know whether you have seen the Mr. Trump's Davos speech yesterday, but in general, the Davos speech in combination, let's say, with the upcoming PCE number today is something that has mainly kept US indices higher. For example, NASDAQ that Midesh requested. Today, the stock markets in general, but Asia ones, European ones, but mainly US, have actually jumped higher since this morning, and they are holding their gains so far today ahead of the inflation, the fresh, let's call it, inflation clues in a bit. So we are just 30 minutes away. Let me just double check my calendar. Yeah, we have plenty of time until the data. So why is so important? Why today's reading is so important? It actually is more important than the actual inflation number. Why is that? First of all, reminder that the PCE is the release that the Fed is closely monitoring. Sometimes they ignore inflation, they focus solely on PCE. PCE is more important for the Fed, the PCE index, rather than inflation. But this time is even more crucial to see the release, to see what actually will indicate. Because the last time, actually 2 weeks ago, the inflation actually was a bit sticky. So it didn't help us clarify what the Fed should do next. Should they proceed with another rate cut? Should they do it like after in the second half of the year? Even some people were, once they saw the inflation reading, they were start calling for the possibility of a rate hike this year, by the end of the year, obviously. So hopefully today's inflation, Coach, the PCE index, will actually clarify the Fed outlook, okay? Actually will help us clarify whether prices are indeed still rising. Actually, the key question today for everyone, investors, market participants, US traders, and everyone, is whether, first of all, whether we have a steady or not inflation. If it's steady, that means that we might not have any further cuts, okay? I remind you that the Fed is expected to cut twice this year. But if the PCE today confirms a steady inflation, the odds of cutting interest rates will be detected significantly. So that could support dollar further. So key question today, whether we have indeed a steady inflation or not, and whether we have a firm, let's say, steady borrowing cost growth, especially because we have seen housing and real estate sectors like being a bit more sensitive. Let's say we have a significant growth on health tech stocks, the technology sector in general. So that could clarify, give some clarity, let's say. In the meantime, so I'm gonna jump into the charts because I know that you don't really like me just talking without showing anything. So I have NASDAQ on. Okay, this is NASDAQ for a 4-hour chart. I'm going to zoom into the 1-hour chart just to show you. This is an analysis that also my colleague Mihalis has done. So please, once the video is live, it's uploaded, have a look, because he even analyzed a 5-minute chart and etc. So, sorry, let me just place a headline just for you to be aware of what I'm covering. So, NASDAQ 1-hour chart. Have you seen that? How beautifully doesn't exist. Sorry, how beautiful the fill of this gap was. And you see that, guys. We had a decline, right, last Friday because of Mr. Trump once again and all this geopolitical tension. The gap down. So we had seen the asset slowing down and moving a bit lower, okay? But today, it managed to recover and fill this gap. While if you focus on the momentum, you can see that there is still further bullish bias. So that indicates that there is further room on the upside, which that brings us to the next resistance of the day, be back to this swing high, 25,700, 25,717. And if that breaks, that brings us to this ceiling over here. Basically, we have three, to be more precise, three resistance lines, okay? So latest swing high, previous swing high, and this one that was retested two times, this ceiling at 25,863. Let me zoom out to the daily chart. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of my lines because I want to show you something that I showed, I think, either last week or on Monday. I did mention, sorry, I didn't mention in a live stream, it was in my article, that it looks that we have over here some kind of a triangle. Let me be more precise. So connecting these highs, connecting these lows. This has failed. Let me fix it a bit, sorry. Usually I'm putting some trend lines, but I haven't done it this time, and that was the problem. Okay. Now I'm gonna use trend lines. It's easier. So connecting the highs, perfect. Connecting the lows, perfect. So that gives me, an area which will help me later on spot the exact breakout. You know, breakouts are useful, are very useful for identifying entry point, identifying a new trend, and later on it could be an exit point as well. But for right now, this one, the fact that NASDAQ is basically is like is moving within a triangle since the beginning of November is very, very important, because a breakout, sorry, I will put the we'll get back to the 4-hour chart just to for you to see that is a triangle that it holds since November. And I want you, this is something, okay, obviously this is not something that could happen today, could happen tomorrow, or by the end of the week. No one knows. But as soon as you spot a breakout, okay, then it will be important for you to be a bit patient and wait for confirmation. So that means confirmation can come with further rally on the upside away from the triangle, indicating that the asset will continue its uptrend, which is actually it has been in an uptrend since April last year. So that would be a very premature, let's say, indication that there is further room on the upside in the long term. In the short term, however, we still the top of the triangle is a ceiling for us. So 1-hour chart for anyone that is an intraday trader, or 30 minutes chart, why not? Because 30 minutes chart is much better, because we have just 15 minutes away. We're just 15 minutes away from the data. You see, it's consolidating ahead of the data. So a break above this range could indicate a retest of our trend line at 25,700. It's also a round number. Okay, so have this in mind. However, be careful. It could retest this ceiling and quickly revert back down. Okay, the momentum is not so strong intraday. The momentum, as you can see, the 30 minutes chart, it is high, but it's quite flat. Okay, so that could indicate a retest of this ceiling before a consolidation or a pullback. Just be well prepared. Overall, though, I want you for the rest of the week or the upcoming week to keep an eye whether you have a confirmed breakout and closure outside of the triangle. Once you do that, you need to wait for confirmation. The same stands for the flip side, by the way. Something could happen. I don't know. It's earnings as well. We might get a surprise and we might see the asset reverting lower. However, in general, the US stock market, it has been to a two-day bullish performance. So it's been in it for 2 days in a row, like on the upside. And this is not only because of the earnings, but also on Mr. Trump, on these Washington updates, the upcoming economic data as well, and Greenland as well, because remember that the initial jump, sorry for that, For Dow Jones mainly, but this affects NASDAQ as well. The initial jump came after Mr. Trump announced the tariffs for Greenland starting February 1st, right? So why this is important? This is important because tariffs could have an economic impact, right? So the economic impact is whether we all start imposing like tariffs on each other. So it let's say spread fear among the market participants. And this is something that boosted, let's say, US indices higher. Yeah, so we have another 15 minutes to go until the data are out. I would like to remind you as well that we are in the mid of earnings season. So today we have actually, they might have released their earnings already, the Procter and Gamble reports today before the US Open. So they might have released their earnings already. So sorry, I have missed it. I haven't really checked. Okay, so that could also, any surprise, could also affect NASDAQ, S&P 500, and Dow Jones. But we have more earnings releases coming. But yeah, to be honest, the move so far this week, this rebound, it was due to the tariffs from Mr. Trump. So the tariffs remain, let's say, wild card. Yeah, hot potato. So why? Because it spreads the fear. It affects market sentiment. Okay, that's why we have seen US indices on the upside, gold, silver, copper, having some corrections, but overall holding gains on the upside and keep posting higher lows and higher highs. And regarding oil, okay, is due to all this situation and the threats about Greenland, is the one that it suffers the most, as usual is the case, basically. So let me see your questions. Sorry, here we go. So ahead of the data, have this in mind, guys. This is NASDAQ. I am still in NASDAQ. I have put the range in which the NASDAQ is moving into for the past 5 hours, if I'm not mistaken. So these are work beautifully as you are immediate support and resistance levels. Okay, along with the momentum oscillator to help you spot whether the breakout is limited or not. Okay, so be well prepared. This is NASDAQ. Let me see the questions. What is it about? You're referring to gold. You're referring to gold, Lenty. I guess you do. Not now for buy and sell buy. Can we talk about interest rates? So yes, I will. Let's see the release first in order to discuss about interest rates. But as I told you, if today's announcement it's steady, indicating that we have steady inflation, that could postpone the rate cuts expectations. Well, I mean, even in the very last quarter of the year, but it will also detect significantly the need of rate cut. So this is something that could theoretically support dollar. Why? Because if the data keep suggesting a steady inflation that indicates that there is no need for further rate cuts. So that could be bullish for dollar. But let's wait and see. We have another 10 minutes to go. Let me ask my colleagues, guys, because I can see a lot of comments regarding Indonesia. Let me ask my colleagues to send you or to put in the in the comment below in the comments. Let me ask my colleagues. Sorry. Let me ask my colleagues to put below in the comments below our Facebook Indonesian page. Okay. With this way, you can follow our Indonesian analyst and see a live streaming in Indonesia. Okay. Let me just allow me to text them right now. Allow me, sorry. So I have just sent them a text. So hopefully soon they will put in the comments below the Indonesian account for anyone that speaks Indonesian over here to see today's to see a live analysis in Indonesia. Awesome here and good energy for today. Thank you, Discovery. Yeah, actually, I feel good today. I feel really good, and obviously the hair salon helped as well. It changed um, my mood. So, but I would really like you to share your thoughts as well. What do you think about today? What time is the inflation news? In 8 minutes. I'm gonna jump. Should I jump to gold? Do we have any gold lovers over here? Anyone trading gold? Because you only asked me about pounds, Canadian, Swiss, NASDAQ, and no one asked about gold or euro dollar. Oh, no, sorry, my bad. Mohammed asked about gold. So I'm going to jump quickly to gold until the data are out. And I'm going to also, sorry, let me find my setup, the ones that I'm using, because we are sharing the same PC with Mihaly, so each one of us has a different approach. So I have my Heikenashi for a 30 minutes analysis, okay? And I have 15 minutes analysis, and I have my proper Japanese candlesticks for 1 hour, daily, etc., etc. As you can see, we are below the record highs, okay? But look at this beauty, absolute beauty. It's an absolute beauty. Look at that. This is the MACD, right? Can you see that? So let me hide. Okay. Bitcoin as well, dollar yen as well, Ripple as well. Your background is not clear. Why it's not clear? I'm using the best tools that I have found. Okay, dear. It might be your internet though. I absolutely agree with you, Dandy. Yeah, unless if Kelv has a news trading strategy. A lot of you ask about gold. Perfect. Okay, I'm in gold. Okay, and I'm gonna jump to the 15-minute chart because we are just 5 minutes away from the data. It's a really steady the last few hours. Actually, in general, so far today since the European Open. So the European market open over here, guys. Somewhere here in 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock my time, server time. So you see, it's very flat, steady, undecisive, small body candles. This is a 15 minutes chart. So The same principle as the NASDAQ. Because it's steady, because it's consolidating, you need to rely on any breakouts. As soon as you see a breakout, either on the upside or to the downside, this could clarify this sideways performance for gold intraday. Don't get me wrong, intraday. This is a 15 minutes chart. It's for anyone that is scalping or whatever you're doing. Overall, though, the daily chart, actually, I'm not gonna mix my setup. I'm gonna keep the high CADCHF for 15 minutes chart, and I'm gonna jump to the Japanese candlesticks to the 4-hour and daily chart, because you can see that overall the momentum the bullish outlook is still on. We don't see any signs that the gold is running out of steam anytime soon in the medium and medium picture. This is a 4-hour chart. Other than the fact that it's in an up channel, it's keep rising. Look at this momentum. Look at this momentum. Higher highs, higher highs. This indicates that bulls are still in control overall, and then this decline that we have seen yesterday, it was just a short-term correction. Okay, this is overall. I'm gonna keep though the 15 minutes chart, because I want to see how it will react based on the data. But theoretically speaking, confirmation that the inflation is steady today should actually because it should basically add some pressure on gold, but slight pressure and limited pressure, because gold is being driven mainly by geopolitics and Mr. Trump and his these comments. So yeah, don't get me wrong, but it would be limited. If indeed we have a confirmation of steady deflation, there might be some pressure on gold, but limited. Yeah, because it's mainly affected by Greenland and NATO and all these discussions. Yeah, so it's all about risk sentiment, right? So let me see the news. Let me see whether we have anything out. Bitcoin was really interesting today as well. I'm gonna jump to Bitcoin in a bit. I would like to wait a bit for the data to come out, because we are less than 2 minutes away. Just a clarification at this point. Why Davos economic forum affected so much the markets? Why it affected gold? Why it affected NASDAQ, Dow, etc., etc.? Is because of what I told you, the fact that tariffs start like beginning of February, and don't forget that he's placing tariffs on okay, he hasn't done it so far, but I mean, all of these are NATO allies, so this affect the NATO relationship, the NATO bonding. How can I simplify it? So that's why the sentiment is so sensitive. Okay, the data are out. Not yet. Less than a minute away. Let me see. GDP, we're going to have GDP and jobless claims in a bit. And PCE will be in an hour, in a half, less than 2 hours from now. So we're getting GDP right now and unemployment claims. So let's see. Come on, 9, 8. Let's see. Let me refresh my calendar. Come on. Okay. Jobless claims 200,000, so slightly below expectations. Final growth, GDP number, above expectations. So we are seeing an economic growth in the United States being confirmed. So yeah, it seems that this data, the so far data, are not really affecting the market right now. Obviously, we have PC at 5 o'clock GMT, sorry, 5 o'clock server time. So that will be in an hour and a half. Sorry, I thought actually initially they were along with the GDP, so they have changed it. Okay, they have changed it. My bad. They have postponed it for 5 o'clock, so that means in an hour and a half. I'm really sorry for that. I thought that we're gonna see we were about to see the release right now, but okay, it's fine. We're gonna do the analysis, so you will be well prepared for the reading in an hour. So yeah, no reaction for gold at least for the from the GDP and jobless claims. Uh, I guess we won't see anything in Nasdaq either because the focus is on the uh, is on the um, is on the PCE. That's the one that's gonna shake the market. So okay, so let me go back to gold. Let's finish the analysis about gold, just for you to be well prepared. This is the intraday immediate support and resistance level. As I told you, overall, the asset remains on the upside. So a move, a breakout of this latest swing low, so 41.14 territory, could bring the asset back to 47.80. So that's your immediate support level, 47.80. Sorry for that. While a shock, a surprise, like way lower than expected. Well higher than expected PC could boost gold higher with the next ceiling at 48.75 level. So keep an eye on that. Regardless, though, keep an eye as well on the overall picture. Indecision might continue. However, overall outlook is positive. So we are expecting gold to return back to 48.80. But it's not only that, it's also expected to kick 5,000 or even 4,500, 44, 50, sorry, 5,000 and even 54,000 the very first quarter, the very first half of the year. The 5,000 is nearby. Momentum, as I show you, continues on the upside. So, yeah, it's well supported. And I have posted earlier a gold analysis, my own gold analysis in our analysis page, explaining, guys, that even though it's a bit steady yesterday and so far today, as you can see, it's a bit steady. However, the easing tension surrounding Greenland, the tension surrounding Greenland will remain a supporting factor for gold. Also, sorry. Whew. Also, whether the Fed is still independent or not, will be independent or not after Mr. Trump. Um I don't know whether you're following the news, but Mr. Trump is right now is trying to remove the Fed governor, Lisa Cook. So, and basically, this is happening with some accusements that are not proven. Um, so, once again, the Fed independence is on stake. Um, and these, whether Fed will be independent a body or not, is also adding, regardless of the economic data, regardless of the politics, is adding to the safe haven demand for gold. Okay, so Davos, Greenland, etc., NATO allies, Fed independence, new chairman in February, unproven allegations for Miss Lisa Cook, the Fed governor, plus the data. All these add to the demand for safe haven assets such as gold. That's why gold expected to continue on the upside. That's why a lot of market participants suggest that it will kick 5,000, and until year end it could also breach 54,000 territory. And as I showed you earlier, indeed the momentum keeps rising and is increasingly bullish, supporting all these scenarios. Okay. Okay, because of global policy uncertainty and global political uncertainty as well. Now, it's just for anyone that is trading intraday though in the short term. Just keep an eye on these immediate support and resistance levels that I showed you earlier. Remember, high canashes are very, very useful because a full bullish, big bullish high Kanashi candle without any tail at the bottom, like this one, indicates further on the upside, while a big bearish candle with no tail at the top indicates further decline. So they are very straightforward, especially for a 5 minutes chart, 15 minutes chart, and so on and so forth. So let's jump back. Actually, let's move to. Okay, before I go back to NASDAQ and Bitcoin, I don't know whether you're following silver, guys, but it's really interesting as well. I know it follows gold, etc., but it has advanced even more than gold. Okay, so this is silver in the daily chart. You see that no significant correction. It's just sideways before another attempt on the upside. It's like it's flirting the 94 territory, but this is where we're expecting to break it and move higher. It has been tripled over the past year, which is a historic event, let's say. So other than the fact that it's cheaper than gold, that's why there is more demand, and also, other than the reason that it follows gold as well, there is a really strong retail participation for gold, and the fact that there are concerns around supply makes silver even more precious than it already is. Yeah, and plus, we had a confusion around China and US. Basically, the US has refrained from imposing import tariffs for silver and platinum. That's why we have seen it holding higher. And in general, It's general. We are expecting the continuation of a bullish outlook for silver as well. Now, let me jump to Bitcoin. Someone asked about Bitcoin. Let me just. Sorry, this is a demo account that I have for demonstrations. So sometimes. Not BTC gold, I want BTC dollar, Bitcoin dollar, Bitcoin dollar. I got blind, I cannot find it. Come on. Bitcoin, repo. No, I want Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. Litecoin, no, I don't want Litecoin. Where's my Bitcoin? Ethereum. Oh my God, I found everything else other than Bitcoin. Bitcoin, gold, CAD, Swiss. No, I want Bitcoin dollar. BTC dollar, BTC dollar. What the heck? Let me see what's going on. Buy symbol. Industry. Ah, thank God. Oh my God. Okay, so Bitcoin, finally. Wait, bitch top bump. Depends on your time frame. If you are a day trader, it's bullish. It remains bullish. The so far consolidation, it looks just a correction before another upturn to the upside. It's clearly a bullish outlook for gold. But if you're a scalper, 5 minutes trader, 30 minutes trader, then that's a different story. You need to rely on what you see, not what's the overall outlook. So short-term time frames such as 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, even an hour, you need to rely more on your technical analysis. And since we have another hour to go until the PCE are out, put your support and resistance levels. You can even schedule some pending orders just to catch the trend as soon as the asset breaks either the ceiling of the as soon as it breaks the resistance or the support. So just get prepared. But whether you're gonna buy or not, whether you're gonna buy or sell, depends first of all on what kind of a trader you are, and second of all on your strategy. Okay, so I cannot advise you because I don't know neither your risk and reward ratio, your risk tolerance, what kind of a trader you are, what's your strategy, in which time frame. I mean, I don't know these parameters, so depends. Okay, I'm sorry to say that, but this is the truth. I mean, I cannot advise because if we have someone that's a long-term trader or medium-term trader, or even day trader, then it could have already participated in a bullish in a long position and holding it, I mean, open. Or if someone wants to join and keep the position open for days or even weeks because the gold is suggesting the gold outlook is expected to remain positive and is expected to kick 5,000 and even breach 54,000 by the end of the year, then that's a different story. But intraday, again, it's a different story. It depends what kind of a time frame you're trading, what kind of a trader you are, and what's your approach. Now, regarding Bitcoin, it's very, very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna change my caption so you can follow me as well. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Here we go. I have amended it. Bitcoin. Someone asked about Bitcoin. I don't remember who. Who was it? So guys, Bitcoin. It was quite interesting, as I was saying. Uh, okay, so that's Bitcoin in a daily chart. In a daily chart, in the overall outlook at the daily chart, basically we could claim that it's a bit. It shows some signs. This is a daily chart. It shows some signs of a slight a channel that's is slightly higher, right? It's an up channel, but the slope of the channel is not really strong. So just keep it there because it provides you key support and resistance levels. Okay, currently, so far this week, it's holding at the bottom of the channel. Okay, and momentum is neutral to negative. You can see RSI that is below 50. And there is no indication for a rebound yet. Let me zoom into the 4-hour chart. You can see we had a bit of a rebound, but didn't manage to hold. So it's just still weak. There is no indication for a rebound yet. We will have a confirmation for a rebound and a potentially a retest of 97,800 territory if and only if the asset managed to revert and move above 91,500 territory. Let me round it up. Why? First of all, this resistance represents the 38.2 Fibonacci level from this latest down leg, but also coincides with the first resistance of the day. This is the only confirmation that we could get for a move back higher to 94,600 or even higher to 97,800. Right now, it remains under pressure. At the bottom of the channel, limited, that was a limited rally, so it's quite steady. Now, there was something that I wanted to share with you about Bitcoin and cryptos in general. What was it? Sorry, I lost my mind. I can't quite remember. Yeah, I can't quite remember. But yeah, long story short, Bitcoin remains weak. Has consolidated the whole day. Is consolidating the whole day, as you can see. I'm gonna zoom in so for you to see. So the day started here. The Asia session started here, and it's just consolidating small body candles, so very undecisive. It hasn't changed. It has been affected by dollar as well. By really flat, let's say, a dollar. So for Bitcoin, rely on your technicals. Currently is bearish. It's at the bottom of the channel, as we said. There is no indication of a reversal. An indication of a rebound higher, it could be seen if and only if the asset breaks this range, so above 90,330, but more precisely if it breaks the 91,500. Okay. If ahead of the data we see a break of this line over here, 93.30, then target could have been placed at 91,500. If we see, however, breaking and moving below the pivot point, so you can use target. You can use first support of the day at 88,000 territory as the next support level. Everything clear? Okay. Uh, Guys, the bias for gold is buy. A sell setup is a quick reversal trade which you can't hold for long. Yeah, exactly. It's what I was saying. It's only for the short term. Overall, I mean, overall is bullish. It's bullish. It's a bullish outlook. So depends on what strategy you're using. You're absolutely right, Connect Empire, and thank you for saying the same stuff because I mean if someone is a 1 minute trader, guys, literally cannot rely on the overall outlook. You're gonna rely only on what you see on your candles, on your price action, nothing else than that. Um, yeah. So yes, the position, I'm on it. So the position wants. Wait a minute. Can you look at report dollar? And okay, and how will the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act, which is between banks and crypto issues, likely be resolved? How will that affect repo? I'll be honest with you, Zibush, I haven't followed. I haven't followed this, so I'm not aware. Let me just do a quick research right now. But I will be honest, I don't really know. I don't know. I haven't followed the um, obviously, remember that any kind of legislation, regulations around cryptos, etc., if they are positive though, they tend to boost the cryptos and in general the digital assets. But for that particular one, I am not aware, to be honest. Let me just. Uh, Okay, 4 days ago, there was an announcement that um, I think it was something from Financial Times or something that the crypto industry is turning against the US bill in order to push to regulate the digital assets. But I don't know. I don't know. I will be honest. I don't know. I haven't followed the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act. I saw that there was some fuzz around it. The only thing that I can say is that regulations and in general the need of regulation is something that will not stop for digital assets. Okay. And it will be key to see whether it will pass or not. I'm not sure whether it passed already, to be honest. I don't really know. I think it's in the Congress state. But theoretically speaking, such a Clarity Act, if it pass Congress, it should add, it should support cryptos. Okay, it should support the crypto the crypto industry, because like every other regulation, it will put some clear rules between in the digital asset industry. So yeah, so that will be, if it pass, that will definitely benefit Ripple mainly, but Bitcoin and other crypto majors. Um, very interesting. This is the 1 minute Bitcoin, 1 minute Bitcoin. So we just had the breakout of the immediate support over here. So that indicates, along uh, with moving averages, RSI, and stochastics, that we might see further room on the downside. Okay, there is a need of a bit of a consolidation. Let's wait for another 1 minute candle to close just to get confirmation whether we're gonna have another down leg in the 1 minute chart. But this is 1 minute chart Bitcoin, okay, guys? 1 minute chart. Yeah, steady. For some reason, stochastics is pointing higher, but I don't see that this is like, it looks a bit limited to me. Nonetheless, you ask about Ripple, and you're gonna get Ripple. Okay, let's see Ripple. Ripple. This is what you ask for, right? Ripple. Yes. Okay, below pivot, this is the 1 hour chart. Below pivot point, RSI crossing lower, stochastic is bearish. So for the very, very short term, it looks that there is further room on the downside, my dear Zibusiso. Let me switch it to my favorite Heikenashis. You know that I like Heikenashis a lot. So, very, very nice. Okay, very, very nice. Parabolic SAR, bearish, well above the price, indicating that there is further room on the downside. Moving averages also point further on the downside. Okay, we have a bit of a tail over here, but for the time being is not crucial. It doesn't indicate a reversal. So it seems that, let me put my stochastics as well. Where is my where is it? I might need glasses or something. God. Okay. Yep. Try to bullish, to provide some bullish signs, but it failed. So we have another bearish sign. So bearish stochastic, bearish Heikenashis, bearish parabolic SAR in the 13 minutes chart. So in the very, very short time frame, indicating that there is further room on the downside. So what you can do is basically rely on previous swing lows and swing highs as your immediate support levels and take it step by step. Or if you want, you can, I think the Fibonacci expansion will not really help this time. Sorry, wrong tool. Let me just see. Yeah, it has already breached. So it's not really helpful for the time being. No. Yeah, supports could be seen on the previous swing highs. However, in the very, very short time frame, bears are in control, my dear friend Zipu Siso. And I don't have the... Okay. Now, what else? Let me see. Someone asked about CADCHF. Yeah, you have asked about them. So I'm really sorry for the delay, Daniel. It was ages ago. I know. Do I have CADCHF anywhere, or shall I just drag and drop it? I will drag and drop it. I don't remember having it in my profile over here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's start from the top to the bottom. I always like doing analysis from daily chart and going lower and lower and lower. So I want to show you something. This was wrong, my bad. No. This is the daily time frame, okay? Daily time frame. That's an appropriate one. Yeah. Okay, perfect. It used to be, okay, it's an old one, but it might be useful in case that the asset continues to decline. So what we have over here, Canadian dollar against Swiss franc. It was in a clear downtrend the whole 2025, to be honest. Okay. However, at the end, let's say end, just to be precise, end of November, it managed to extend above it and is holding above it since then. Something that brings this territory, the 50, not 57 level, as a very strong support level for CAD Swiss. So there is no indication that it's gonna return back to the down channel yet. Okay, we had indeed for 3 consecutive days another decline. However, NMACD is really close to zero, indicating that the momentum is neutral. However, the fact that I have some identical tails over here suggests to me that this decline, it looked a bit limited. Okay, so overall is neutral. We haven't really seen a clear direction yet for the time being. Intraday though, so I'm going to jump into the 1 hour chart. We had a bit of a decisive rebound 2 days ago. Yeah, no, actually yesterday. Sorry, my bad. Yesterday. Okay, which it came and we retested the previous support resistance at 0.5750, failed to extend above it. So we had a nice correction, but this looks to be just a correction in the 1 hour chart, because for 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive hours, you see, the asset failed to extend below 0.5730. This 0.5730 is not just a random support level, it's also previous swing highs and lows. So it's a key support level intraday. So if we see a rebound and a closure at the top of the hour above 57.40, then indications are that the asset could retest once again the 57.55, and regarding a bearish story scenario is only if we see the asset moving and closing, the hourly candle closing below 57.30. This is the only case in which we will say that it could come down to 57. However, it looks a bit unlikely, at least for the next few hours, because stochastic is bullish. The body of this candle suggests that there is no further room to the downside, that there are not enough bears to push the market lower. Instead, there is a good fight between bulls and bears to hold the price above 57.30. So yeah, so keep that in mind. My dear Daniel, let me know if you need anything else. We have discussed about gold. I don't think there is any update, because we are an hour ahead of a PCE. So I want you to be very careful ahead of the PCE. Do your homework. Place your this support, immediate support and resistance levels that I told you about. If you decide to trade the news, make sure that you have done some risk management. Place your stop loss, place a risk and reward ratio. Don't just open a position without any target, without any stop loss. This could end up really bad for your account, guys. Risk management, number one. We have done Bitcoin. We haven't done dollar yen, and you're absolutely right, Katir Mamo. So dollar yen, I saw yesterday dollar yen, and that there are strong indications that it could return back to record highs, not necessarily breaks it, but retest it at least, because of all this situation. It's a safe haven afterwards. Anyway, it's a safe haven, right? Don't forget that. And we have a snap Japanese elections on the 8th of February. Okay, 8th of February. Ooh, what have I done? Sorry. I wanted to delete the pivot points. Yes. This is the daily chart. Actually, sorry. This is the weekly chart. This is the daily chart. Dollar yen. Let me change my caption. Dollar yen, dollar yen. Here we go. Here we go. You see? An ongoing rally. Okay. These lines are my support levels. Ignore them. The immediate one is at 57, 157, round number. And if you want an even more immediate one, it will be this one over here, 157.70. But what I want to say is that still in an up channel. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. Wrong. Here we go. And that's a nice one. Let me fix it even more because I want to properties. Let me try a 0.75 deviation. Yeah, even better. I prefer it, to be honest, just to have a closer resistance support level. Satisfies really well my lowest lows as well. So we have an up rally. And so we have a rally since October, another rally since October, with, let me zoom out a bit, with this asset at 2025, 2024 highs. Obviously, it was well below the record highs at 161. Okay. And even though we know that the government will not leave dollar again to breach 160. Okay. However, for the time being, bullish bias is still on. Let me use my MACD as well and RSI. You see, slowly rising again in line with the up channel. So next resistance is at the mid of the channel. That's why I use the channel, because it provides me nice support and resistance level. So the next resistance is at 159. Let me be precise, sorry. 159.10. And if the asset moves above the midline, then the next ceiling will be 159.50 and 160.68. Use channels or use, I don't know, fractals if you prefer, or Fibonacci levels, or anything in order to have immediate support and resistance lines. This will help you with your trading, guys. Even if you're not a day trader and you are an intraday trader, look at what I'm gonna do. This is a 30 minutes chart, okay? So what I have over here, I have a sign of a bearish stochastic, suggesting that it might consolidate for a while. I have, sorry for that. And I can use my Fibonacci extension for spotting the next immediate resistance, if and only if the asset extends further on the upside. Obviously, it's 158.97, okay, based on the fractal and 61 Fibonacci level. And the next one is at 159.25. And there is another one over here. That's for short-term traders, for scalpers. Yeah. Yeah, but overall, dollar yen, similar with gold, remember they are safe havens, remains on the upside. Obviously, we need to be careful as long as it's approaching 160 and 161 level, because this is when the government is about to interfere. Okay, but having this channel will help you spot. You will help you actually time a potential long entry, or spot eventually a reversal if an intervention from the government happens anytime soon. And I want to remind you that on the 8th of September of February, sorry, we have the Japanese elections. So this will add a lot of volatility into our markets, and more precisely into yen. So guys, this was pretty much from my side. I'm done. We have done yen, CAD Swiss, dollar, silver, gold, Bitcoin, NASDAQ. So if there are no further questions, I'm gonna call it a date. Be very, very careful ahead of the news in 15 minutes from now. 50 minutes. Yeah. If there are no further questions, I'm gonna call it a date. Okay. What else? Have I missed anything? The GDP and jobless claims didn't really affect the market. Focuses on the inflation. Inflation is expected, core inflation is expected at 0.2% for the month. And we're going to see for basically for December, isn't it? And we're going to have also the October's core PCE number as well. Yeah. December, November will be together, okay, and a separated release for October. So we're gonna have two PCE numbers today, two. Regardless of the numbers, though, your focus should be on any breakout of our support and resistance levels, everything that we have covered today, and to see whether the PCE supports a steady inflation. So if it comes in line with expectations, for example, this is a confirmation for a steady inflation. So this is something that could support temporarily dollar. Yeah, and we could like see a bit of a correction lower for gold, but that's temporarily. There are so many bullish factors for gold that I don't see a bearish, I don't see any selling pressure. Okay? That's my humble opinion. I don't know whether you agree or not. It would be good if you share your thoughts, like Connected Empire did. Yeah. Anything you need, any feedback is more than welcome. If you want me to change something from our live analysis, please always let us know. We'll try to improve ourselves. Anything that you feel that it will be beneficial, share it. Let us know. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead. Take care. And we're going to see you again actually next week. Next week we are with our usual webinars and live streamings and so on and so forth. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead. Thank you very, very much. Bye-bye.